Oh yeah, always. Those games are exciting. These are the games that I came to Florida State to play in, and the rivalry. I mean, FSU Miami has been decided on some big kicks, and unfortunately, they haven't really gone the Florida State way. And I remember watching them growing up, and I mean, it's just every time we play Miami, I get excited. Every time we play a rival, whether it's Florida or Miami, I get excited, and these are the games that I want to play in.
What are some of the most fond memories that you have? I know that you've grown up around the rivalry and always watched. So what do you remember from this rivalry the most?
I mean, as I said before in some of my interviews, the Beitia kick when he missed the game winner. Earlier, I was telling other guys that me and my brother have when he missed that after he missed that kick, we would go outside, and my dad had built a goalpost, and we would imitate the game-winning field goal, whether it was, I think it was 41 or 42 yards, or we would back it up different spots, and we would sing the little. It was like when it was on ABC, and I don't know if the song still played. I don't think it is, but it would go to commercial break. As it was going to commercial break, it showed the field goal in slow motion and it going out, and we would play like the little song. Like it was kind of like a creepily like, oh my gosh, like he missed, and I don't know why. Like it was like, oh, like it built the pressure. We were like 12 and 10 and 9 years old, so like built the pressure up, and I don't know. I guess going through the years, every time we would want to put pressure on each other, we'd sing that song, and it would always bring us back to that moment, and we knew what that song meant, and it would bring us back to when Beitia missed the kick, because we both watched it, and we both were Seminole fans, so. Going into this week, the Miami, when Coach Fisher came in the meeting, I was like, all right, it's Miami week. It reminded me of that. Like, I remember when I did this with Ricky, and we would, try to make each other miss on game winners. So it's like I've already done this. It's already been, I'm already prepared. And when we go out there and kick, I just remind myself of the same thing, just kick the ball.
That song won't be playing in your head when you try to.
Oh no, because it's already happened too often that the spell's broken, I guess. Like, I just go out there and do my thing.
So you don't feel any extra pressure on you this week?
No. Oh, well, I mean, during practice, that's when you get all the pressure on you. That's when you put those situations in your head. All right, game winner. This is a game winner. This is what I got to do, and you hit it. But when you're out playing on the field, everything goes away. It's just kicking. This is just me doing what I got to do.
You've had one game winner. Are you really able to produce that kind of? I don't know, that pressure on yourself in a practice?
I mean, obviously you can't. You can't. No matter what you do, it's not really a game. It's not on the line, but you got to go out there. No matter what, I guess you could say like, hey, get someone to yell at me, or get someone to throw something in front of me or something. Whatever you can do, but at the end of the day, it's just trusting yourself and trusting that swing and going. Just pretend like you're kicking at practice. Pretend like you're kicking in your backyard. And that's mainly what I do, and just trusting it and being comfortable with your swing.
And still as comfortable and confident in yourself as you've always been?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You got to be, because when that changes, then that's when doomsday comes, I guess, because you didn't trust it, and you know how to do it. I've done it basically all my life, so you got to trust it.
You might get to see it more than other people as a kicker. What do you appreciate about just the environment and just having this game at home? Since you're on special teams, you're not on the field as much when you get to look around and see the environment.
Oh, man, this is a ABC primetime. Am I right? Yeah. ABC primetime game. These are the big games. These are the games that I've always wanted to play in. I remember my dad growing up saying, when he played soccer, he would want to play in big games and games where it was the other team was good. It sucked playing. He didn't want to play against teams that were, we're going to beat this team 8-0 or like 9-0. And I felt like I got that from him, that, I always want to play against someone that's even with me or better than me, because I want to get better. I want to be challenged. And, with our team, games like this, I think, we're going to be challenged. They're a great team. They're going to come in here ready to play, and, we're going to see who wins that dogfight on Saturday. And I'm excited, and our team's excited, and we're ready to play.
I got kind of a two-parter for you, Roberto. Your favorite FSU Miami moment that one of your teams wasn't involved in, and one over the past couple of years that you've been involved in?
One of my teams say it, like, since I've been here?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Okay. I don't know if you remember that big hit. Who was it? It was I forgot. Nigel Bradham on number 1 in the rainy game where he hit him and he just like.
Samuels.
Yep. He flew. Oh my gosh, that was crazy, man. I remember watching that live. I guess you could say that was one of my most memorable moments. Miami FSU. And then what was the other question?
And then your favorite moment since you've been here?
Since I've been here,
the couple games you've been involved in.
I think I would say last year when I hit 3 field goals against Miami, it was just a close game, and my kicks were very significant in that game. And I believe if I would have missed one, they would have changed the whole way that game would have turned out. And they weren't easy kicks. They were from 40, high 40 and 53-yarder, somewhere in the 50s. And I think that was my memorable moment since I've been here.
You talk about they're not easy kicks, and that wasn't an easy game. You guys were down, and that place was probably about as loud and intimidating as a Miami atmosphere's been since they tore down the Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
What was it like playing in that game in such a hostile atmosphere, and probably the toughest road test FSU's played against Miami in a long time?
Oh, yeah. They were loud, with the whole Miami, nobody comes to the games. That game, they got loud, and I think they were already expecting that they were going to beat us. And it was one of those games where we were down, 15, 20 points. And like I said, every kickoff counted. I had to kick at the right spot, the right distance, and every field goal mattered. So I guess, with that adrenaline, that, excitement, you want to play in those games. So I think I do better in those situations. I'm excited, I'm ready to play. And, with that coming on the line, I feel like this game's going to be the same way. So, just preparing and doing what I got to do.
Louisville, other teams that season, you've done that before. You guys were down on the road. You come back and win. But how much more special was it to do it against a team and a rival like Miami?
It's always, you always pat yourself on the back after a game like that because it's a rivalry. It's fans. You grew up with fans that were Miami fans, and they're always. It's bragging rights for a year, If you don't do well in that game or your team ends up losing, you're going to get that, oh, we beat you this year or you lost, So with all that significance, and they're in the ACC, it's always a big game, and, I'm excited to play in it one more time.
When you look at the fans after you guys win a game like this, if you find a way, what's the most rewarding part when you just look in the stands and see the fans going crazy if you guys find a way to win this, just from your past games? What's the most rewarding part about that experience after the game ends?
Those fans, the fans out there are excited all the time, and they got our backs on third and long or third down where the other team's on offense, and they get loud, man. And I think it's Florida State. Doak Campbell here is a tough place to play in, and without the fans, I don't think we would have won some big games that we've had here, and. It gets loud, and that war chant and everything, and it's just a big environment. It's exciting, it's hard to describe, unless you're in it.